Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. I'm so glad you're here this Friday morning. We've got a great show lined up, some really good stuff, and a good fish report. And we're going to give away a lot of stuff today. So here we go with the weather, brought to us by Haney Technical Center at the corner of Baldwin and Highway 77. Another typical good spring day, high of 89 and low of 72. But check this out. The water temperature now hit over 80 degrees. In fact, this morning is 81.1 degrees. So the first time this year, it has hit 80 degrees according to NOAA. So this is, water's warming up, a lot of things going on in the fishing world. Let's do our river readings brought to us by Sandhill Seafood and Restaurant. A good weekend to go up there and get some fresh seafood. Good folks up there and some really good food. It's going to be at the Apalachicola now. We talked about this for about a week and a half. It's at 1.1. It is low, so be careful on that. Now the Choctawhatchee, on the other hand, it's 3.8. That's really low for the Choctawhatchee. So both rivers are low. Very slow drop on them, but they're going to be very fishable this weekend. You really need to hit some fresh water, salt water in the bay system. We're going to talk about that later. Now the tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn Funeral Home and Cemetery. Good strong tides. We're looking at a low tide this morning at 12:47. It's coming in all day at about 2:30 this afternoon. Good strong tide, good incoming tide. Our marine forecast will be southeast at 10, so that's going to help it come in a little bit stronger. It's going to be a really good situation there. All right, let's go and do our fishing game times with it being on Friday. We want to look at that brought to us by Blue Water Outriggers down in Port St. Joe, 7:20 to 9:20 this morning. Excellent time, and 7:44 to 8:44 tonight. Okay, so let's go ahead and I'm going to add some names because we got to do a draw. We got a lot of drawings today. A lot of y'all have sent some in. Okay, Darlene Brock from Camelton, Gerald Taylor, Coach Taylor from Washington County. Good to hear from you. Mary Elizabeth Taylor, Washington County. Larry Dorning, okay, and Johnny Brock from Camelton. All right, a lot of good folks there. So we're going to get ready. This is going to be our Sandhill Seafood giveaway. We're going to give away 2 half bags of oysters, but I'm going to talk to them. We may start changing that with summer coming on. We may start giving away some shrimp or something. But right now, oysters are still good. So this will be 2 winners for a half bag of oysters, and the winner is going to be, first one is going to be Richard Barron, and the second winner is going to be Perry Gillespie from Lynn Haven. So Richard and Perry, congratulations. We're going to give away a lot more stuff, so stay tuned, and we'll be right back with our special guest. Okay, welcome back. We got a big show lined up. Brad's here. Good morning.
Good morning, Coach.
All right, listen, we're going to show you some stuff here. Then we've got a lot of fishing stuff to talk about. But Yeti is always, we talk about that a lot, but it's so popular now.
It is. Yeti's always good, and it just works. We know there's a bunch of similar looking product out there. Hey, guess what? Some of it works too. But the thing I always like about Yeti and a lot of these other brands we're about to talk about, they're the innovators of the industry. They're the ones that are always coming out with something new. They're the ones that are always putting that money into research and development. They have a lot of fails that we never see, and it costs money to fail. So for us supporting the companies that are really leading and pushing the way is almost like saying thank you for pushing the industry farther, making our life easier. When you buy knockoffs, all you're doing is buying copycats, and you're actually taking money away from the industry that's actually pushing product forward to make your life easier, your time on the water more enjoyable, and that goes for, that outside of Yeti, that goes for almost everything. So there's it's almost paying that little extra more for the original people that pioneered the path. It's going to go a long way for keeping stuff going forward. Now, with all that said, all of our stainless steel Yeti product we have at our Highway 79 store and in St. Andrews is 25% off. There's an end date on that sale, and I don't know it off the top of my head. We got about a week or so left on it, I think. So, it's got your jugs at 25% off. What I drink coffee in every morning. If it's solid stainless, it's 25% off. Now we have our colored cups in from Yeti, our Duracoated Seafoam and Tahoe Blue. Those are not on sale. It's just the plain, the plain stainless. And this little product right here is one of my favorites for the summer. It is a bottle holder or a can holder, and everybody says, I drink my drink faster than that. I don't need it to keep cold. If you tell me you've never taken a hot sip of beer on the boat when you're cleaning fish, you need to go say some Hail Marys in the corner or something. You're lying. But these things just work. It's absolutely unbelievable.
I want to go and give a testimonial. This is mine. I bought it. I'm not one to jump on the bandwagon when something new comes out. And when it came out, I didn't say I ain't gonna work on all that. When I got one, I drink. Here's what I do on the way to work every morning. On the way to the show, I have a warm, hot cup of coffee drink, and when I get down here, I put water in it, cold water. So I mean that's a testimony right there. Every day I use mine, and we'll go on trips and all. That's all I have. So it's not a gimmick. These are solid and part of your lifestyle, really.
They are. It rounds out that whole lifestyle. Yeah. Everybody says, "Oh, I want to live X lifestyle, Y lifestyle." Well, you got to have the tools to actually be able to achieve those lifestyles. Well, and our Hobies that we sell, and our Yeti, and our Smith, and our Costa, and all of our lifestyle name brands we sell help you achieve that lifestyle.
Yeah, and you want a healthy lifestyle.
Absolutely.
Coffee and then water.
This is slam full of ice water right now. We put all of our stickers on it. And then all of the Yeti bags, they're all on sale as well. I won't run through the pricing here. But basically, the hoppers are now starting at $150 at Sunjammers. That's both locations. We can't have signs. It's kind of a gray area. We don't have signs on any of this stuff for sale. So when you come in, ask one of the sales guys. They'll take care of you. They'll give you the pricing, and we'll take care of you.
Yeah, and on the boat, that's all you need on the boat when you go out fishing.
Absolutely.
Really. We got a lot of fishing stuff to show you, so we're going to take a break. We'll be right back. Welcome back. We forgot to draw. We got another guest with us, Matt, but we're going to
we'll kick him to the side. We'll get to that in a second.
We'll get right with you, Matt. But we forgot to do a drawing for real-time fisheries. So real quick, jump on that. We'll let Brad do real-time fisheries. So Low Country Boil, great plate of food right there.
Debbie Harris from Panama City Beach.
Okay, real quick. All right, folks, we got some really good fishing stuff, and May is a great fishing month, and I'll be honest with you, I want to thank Bill Allen and Matt Smith for taking the show yesterday, because I took my grandson fishing, and we had a ball, and we caught some fish, and with some of this stuff here. So tell us about Matt.
Absolutely. Well, this is Matt. A lot of y'all probably recognize him. He's been a tournament kayak angler, tournament boat angler for how many years now?
I just started tournament fishing last year, and did really well, and just stayed with it. And
I thought he'd been doing it longer, to be honest with you, because rarely when you see the name starting to pop to the top 10, top 5, top 3, winning some stuff, they've been doing it a while. So Matt's working at the store with us. He's out at the Highway 79 location, doing kayak demos, putting you in your Hobie kayaks, because he fishes out of a Hobie kayak like all your top tier anglers. Just kidding, kind of. And then, but what Matt really has a passion for is getting people on the water and teaching them how to fish. I know that we were talking the other day, and he said, the one thing that he likes doing as much as anything is, as much as fishing, is just being around fishermen, talking to them, kind of learning what they're doing, learning what they're not doing. And if somebody's running their mouth, oh, I do this, I do this, I do this, and you see they don't catch fish, well, they just told you everything not to do. So you can always learn something from talking to somebody about fishing. So yesterday what it is, I called Ernie Cabot, who works the store, and Matt, and I said, Panhandle Outdoors in the morning, throw some baits in the box, just the hot stuff that's hot right now, that we can hold up and throw, and more than likely have good success catching fish. So that's kind of what we did here. Matt, out of everything on the table here, what's your favorite bait?
Well, by the way, what's his favorite fishing? I asked you when you first walked in this morning, what's your favorite fishing? Tell folks, because we'll talk about this.
Well, nothing can beat catching bull reds or tarpons out of a kayak. And one of my favorite baits and one of my favorite places to fish is under the bridge. And this right here is one of my favorite baits, the voodoo mullet. We also have these paddle tails, these egrets. These are really good with some 3/8 ounce jig heads. But when I'm on the flats, I really like my spoons, and
we're currently sold out of his favorite, which is a gold aqua dream, but they'll be here possibly in the mail today.
And y'all saved me about 5, seriously. I'm serious. Put 5 back for me.
Well, with all that said, all these other ones catch fish too. I'm just telling you.
That's right.
So these voodoo mullets, they're about a year or so old on the market. They just have a ton of action. I know all this is really hard to see on TV, but they just have so much action, and you literally just sling it and bring it. There's very little working of these baits to do. I mean, obviously you get little jerks, you'll get your style down, but these baits are super simple to fish, super simple to use, just like your soft plastics you were talking about. the days of having to spend hours in a swimming pool learning how to walk the dog and that type of stuff, which I think we've all done, and if you've never done it, you'll increase your fishing by visually being able to see what that bait does in a swimming pool, are almost over, because the manufacturers are doing it. They have swim tanks. I know Egret, they'll hang this in a tank and they'll put flow water through it so they can just sit there and watch it swim, like it was like had its nose into a current. So fishing tackle's come a really long way, and everything we show you, it works. We have it in stock, at the Highway 79 location.
Matt, tell them how to fish by the bridge. How would you fish that particular bait right there? What do you do real quick?
This is pretty versatile. I tie a loop knot, and it just lets it freely swim. And you can use it as a twitch bait, throw it up current, and you can let it flow back to you in the current, and just give it a couple twitches, or you can use it as a swim bait. Yeah. It's really good.
Sometimes it looks like a wounded too. So
that's right.
That's great.
It's got really good action, and this bait right here can last a long time.
Cool.
So.
Yeah, and the soft plastics have gotten more durable than they used to be, especially these higher priced ones. They have little strips. I don't know what the material is in the belly of it that gives it that action, but everything's actually molded on some fibers that are in there that are super durable. Used to be that they had to cut the plastic to get that action, and we all know that rubbery plastic's not the most durable thing ever. So inside these baits, they actually have strips of, looks like little fiberglass cloth. I mean, I'll be honest, I don't even really know what it is, but it is so durable, which gives it all of that action without having to sacrifice cutting the plastic.
That's right.
Another little thing of innovation that's come along in the last couple of years is the skitter walks have always been one of the top baits ever. Y'all remember Wade Steppley, who used to work for us? He said, throw any skitter walk you want as long as it's bone. And there's the bone skitter walk. It just works. It should be a staple in everybody's tackle box. There's an art to making those skitter walks walk. Now they have the skitter walk V. They've made it just
walk better.
It's coach proof. No, I'm kidding. They just work.
They do.
They have a V on the bottom. You're not going to be able to see this on TV. But this bottom is not rounded. They used to be almost like cigars. Now they're rounded. It has a V that goes down, and they've shifted the weight in the back a little bit to bring that nose up just a little bit. And almost every time, its bait almost can't go straight. It's either going this way or this way with every pull. And if you remember when you were learning how to walk the dog, you always had to twitch that rod tip back and forth. Now it's just a straight, consistent pop. Now, if you know how to walk a dog and you walk, it really walks. These are in stock. They've changed the rattle just a little on it. I think it's a little more higher pitch than it used to be. And for our fishery here, these baits are doing really well. Another bait that I like to talk about, I talked about these last summer. This is the Rapala Twitch and Wrap. If you get online, the entire Southeast right now is looking for these baits. And we have all 4 colors they make. They made these years ago. We begged and begged and begged for them to bring them back. They did a limited release of them. I'll be honest with you, they didn't do overly well on sell-through on their part, so they discontinued them again. We probably have a couple hundred of them in stock. We have other shops call us all the time wanting us to move some of our inventory because they know we have them. We would much rather sell them to y'all because these things just catch fish.
And it has a spot on it. If you go way back to that spot.
Absolutely.
Spot.
And they all have spots. This color here is olive flash, but they all catch. This is my favorite bait to throw. It just works. It suspends. It's a suspending bait. It doesn't sink. It doesn't float. It just kind of suspends. And it's another one of those baits. I mean, once you get that little pop down to make it dart back and forth, they just catch fish. Speckled trout love these things.
Yes, indeed.
Have you had luck with them with speckled trout?
Yes, I have.
And I know a handful of y'all are going to be upset we're talking about these this morning because it's kind of your secret bait. But like I said, we got them, and I'm tired of dusting them, to be honest with you. But I want to give them to y'all and not the wholesaler. So we have these in stock at the Highway 79 location.
Okay. Folks, I'll be honest with you. I'm sitting here looking. I feel like a little boy in a candy store. I know that's a much used phrase, but I went fishing yesterday, and right now I wish I was fishing right now because I just get excited looking at these. I mean, right now I'd throw that one first, okay? And where's that? I'd be throwing that one second anyway. I'd be throwing them right now.
Absolutely.
That's right.
And then, so here we have the X-Wraps from Rapala. what they've done and what a lot of people do is they no longer have treble hooks on it. I know this is nothing new. I talked about this last year. Just wanted to reiterate. Circle hooks on it, which catch and release is so huge. I know Matt releases 99% of his fish.
About 99%. Yes, sir.
Every now and then you got to get a little in your tummy, but Matt catches fish too big to keep. Let's just be honest. But this, when you release it, having just that J hook on it. Matt, talk a little bit about how much easier it is to release a fish after a J hook versus a mouthful of treble hooks.
Well, I like these. Not only does it make it easier for me to fish and to remove hooks, but it's also better for the fish.
Absolutely.
You know, when you catch a trout and the trout's got a mouthful of treble hooks, and you're ripping his jaw apart. And the hookup ratio is better. Is better.
Yeah. So you're getting
I like
more,
the hookup ratio.
So you're
better
getting the same amount of strikes, but you're actually getting more hookups with the J hooks on it versus the treble.
Absolutely.
They prove that in tests because those three hooks there that sort of bounce off. They hit one, then it'll bounce off. Right.
And have you noticed that that you get less grass on it as well?
You get less grass on it, and the good thing about these is that if you're in some thick cover, you can also remove this rear hook right here and just go with this, and you're fine.
Yeah.
And that's what's really good about these two. You get less grass. If you're in thick grass, you can still throw it. Just remove this rear hook, and that's in your goal.
Well, good deal, good deal. So come talk to Matt. He's a walking tackle box of knowledge, and he wants to freely give it to you. He doesn't want to keep all the secrets to himself. I mean, he may not tell you his secret spot, but he'll tell you all of his bait, all of his techniques, and we'll make sure that you have a productive day out on the water.
I like that, a walking tackle box of knowledge. I like that.
Walking tackle box of knowledge.
What a compliment. Okay, look, we're going to come back with
Small
a fishing
tackle
report. Matt's going to talk a little bit more about our fishing report. He's going to help us on that, but we're going to go ahead and do another drawing. This will be for Tarpon Dock Seafood, and last Friday we did a Teach Appreciation in Moser. We had a bunch of grouper, and I want to thank Tarpon Dock and Greg Abrams and Bobby and all of you guys and Michael for coming out cooking for us. Wonderful time, great seafood. This is going to be a $20 gift certificate.
$20.
And the winner?
Doug Rose from Alfred.
All right. And the winner of the Big Red Snapper will be
Terry Nichols from Lynn Haven.
We got them scattered all over. All right, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with our famous Friday fishing report. Welcome back, folks. We got so much going on. We're going to get started really quick with our famous Friday fishing forecast. I got some great stuff in here. I got a lot of entrance and all. Monday, we're going to pick a lot of stuff up I haven't been able to get to today. So right now, let's talk about fishing. So what's going on down your way?
March is the time everything kind of, not March, we're in May.
We're in May.
May. March is the time that some good things happen. My daughter was born there, but in May, my other daughter was born. There you go. But fishing's getting really good. I mean, everything's starting to come to life. The bay's coming to life. The Gulf's coming to life. They're catching mahi off the piers. And I'm smart enough to know if the mahi are close by, those early sailfish are close by, because that's what they're eating, are those little schoolies. So the kayakers, I think, have an advantage over everybody else on catching those sails because they're out there not trying to catch sailfish. And typically when you're not trying to do something, a sailfish is a fantastic byproduct. But also inshore, trout redfish is absolutely on fire. Matt, y'all have been having great success. You want to tell them what y'all been catching and where?
Yeah, well, we've been fishing over in Louisiana a lot lately. And, now that I'm back in Florida, I've been hitting the bridges, I've been hitting the flats. And, you catch the bridge on a good outgoing tide or incoming tide, or if it's a slack tide and the wind's blowing, as long as that, water's moving a little bit, find the bait, you'll find the fish, and just.
How deep are you fishing, man? How deep do you go?
Under the bridge, it's around 40, maybe a little over 40 foot.
Well, a lot of
so you get your bait on down there, you try to get it on down?
Yes, sir.
You can fish that whole water column around all the bridges, halfway to DuPont. The best thing I like to do is I throw topwater baits in 40, 50 foot of water at night, and it sounds like cannonballs falling off the bridge. And then when you see that, it sounds like that VW bus went over the side. that's when they're really starting to crush.
Oh,
and
yeah.
None of that makes sense till you out there and all of a sudden
We
you're,
understand.
it's unbelievable. But the flats, that 4 to 6 foot of water is holding your speckled trout, and the redfish are schooling. They're bunched up and they're on the flats. Catch them tailing, and just sight fish for them. But just don't always cruise around till you don't see them. Sometimes there'll be fish there that you don't see. So always work what I call a seeker bait, a skidder V or something like that that's making some noise. It'll stir those fish up. They may not come eat it. They may be wanting some soft plastic, but it'll at least get those schools moving and they'll start chasing those top waters.
Okay, real quick report. Victor Haskell over in Choctawhatchee Bay. The June grass is coming in, and so they're not doing much surf fishing over there, but a lot of trout in Choctawhatchee Bay right now. May's a great month. Freshwater fishing, I have some great reports. I'm going to follow up on this on Monday, reading some of the freshwater report from this week. Some really good pictures. Thank you all for sending them. The trout, we fished yesterday, caught a lot of trout. Scott Wynn caught some African pompano. So it's been
Nice.
really. Did you hear about that? The African pompano. So
That's
it's
nice.
been, freshwater's been May has just been excellent for freshwater. But like I say, the base system here now, surf fishing is still good. We bite on the tail end of the pompano run, but it's been really good. But right now, fishing the flats is good.
Absolutely. And
you can
Matt,
see.
if you had one spot to go this weekend, where would you go? Not exactly where. What type of fishing would you do, and what's the one bait you would throw, and what's your target species?
Well, I'm a red fisher by my heart. I would hit the flats early, and I would throw a gold weedless Aqua Dream spoon.
And we should have them this afternoon.
You're
Yes,
going to hold
indeed.
5 for me. I'm
Well,
serious.
okay, so we may have 6 left. All right, we may just tell Coach they're back ordered if y'all want them.
Yeah, I'm
I might have already got them all. Maybe.
That's how popular these baits are. They're really hard to keep.
And we talk about them all the time, and you run down and get them. Where's the location?
315 North Highway 79. Basically, head north off Back Beach Road, like head towards the airport. 3 blocks on the left. It's in West Bay is a hot spot right now, so it's a great little stop on your way up north.
Thank y'all. Thank you very much,
Thanks
Matt.
for having us.
Folks, thank y'all for watching Panhandle Outdoors this week. I'll always do something good for your fellow man. Have a great day. Enjoy the weekend. God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.